Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about hot and cold results. We're actually going to be talking about this in the way of states, why you get hot and cold results, why things seem to shift and then go back to how they were, and how to stop that, of course. So yeah, if you are new here, I am Olivia Grace. This is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, then I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. I do have ways that I can help you in the description, as well as a flash sale going on for Black Friday for next month's SP group coaching that's starting on the 1st. So you guys can check all that out in the description. It is there. I redid the description, so hopefully it's easier for you guys to read and find everything you're looking for, okay? All right, so without further ado, what's up, guys? Hello, Car Princess. Hi, Nina. Hi, Aubrey. Hi, Tawanda. Hi, Ashata. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. No, Sasha. Okay, Sasha. Hi, RC. Hi, Zipporah. Hi, Blue. Tally, oh my gosh. Hey, Summer. Hey, Light Energy. Hey, ALH. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get started, okay? So, hey, Justin. All right. Not the big little sis. I love you. Okay, so let's start talking about these hot and cold results, all right? So this is the thing, you guys, is understanding, like, when you think about manifesting, right? Understand that you are choosing a state that you are expressing from in the moment, okay? So, like, just because you are in a state does not cancel out the other state that you came from. So let's take like an SP. This is something that is pretty common, right? Oh, my SP is hot and cold. And it's not your SP being hot and cold. It is literally different versions of them, okay? Different versions of you, different versions of reality. Same thing with money, okay? Health, appearance, whatever it is, there are different versions of you, okay? So the different versions are correlating with your consciousness, right? But the thing is, when you are still identified with the 3D, when you still look to what's going on to tell you who you are, then you are very unstable, okay? The wind is blowing you every other way. This is like someone who is like, well, the weather determines my mood, okay? So if it's sunny, I'm happy. If it's an overcast, I'm mad. If it's raining, I'm depressed. And you can imagine that that person is not going to have a very pleasant experience for long, right? Or they're going to have seasonal pleasant experiences and seasonal bad experiences, okay? This is the same thing with your state. And this is why, you guys, you've got to break your addiction to the 3D. Okay, you have to break your addiction to the 3D. You have to break your identification with what is, okay? Because that is what is moving you all over the place. It is how you are perceiving things, okay? So let's say somebody who is successful, who's doing really well in their business, has a bad month in their business. They have two ways to look at that, right? They can look at that and say, oh wow, see, I'm a failure. See, I don't know what I'm doing. See, I need more classes. See, I need whatever. You can look at that and decide anything that you want to decide, right? But you can also, if your identity, right, which we'll get into a second, if your identity is one of I am successful, okay? I am successful. That's it, right? I'm successful. It doesn't matter, right? It won't matter what it is. It won't matter what's happening. If your identity is I am successful, somebody who has the identity of I am successful is going to see that and say, you know what? There's probably a better way for me to go about this. Find something that is the better way to go about it and actually just do it and maybe 10x what they made the previous month. Okay? If somebody who identifies as I am successful has a bad, month or whatever, they're not going to then decide I'm unsuccessful unless they're identified with what is going on in front of them. Okay. So this is a lot where your hot and cold results and your hot and cold, whatever is coming from. It's because you're identified with something that is always changing. The 3D is always shifting and changing. It doesn't really matter what it's doing. It matters what you're doing. Instead of trying to have all of your hands in the 3D, you're trying to control every person, trying to control all, control all your thoughts, control who you think that you are. It's way more simple than to control. Well, I got to get this coworker to act like this and get my man to act like this, get my parents to act like this. I got to get all these negative thoughts out of my brain. I got to do this, this, and that instead of just choosing the identity. I am the one that's loved and adored and respected, right? Okay, now let's talk about identity, like I'm saying, okay? Your identity is what is leading to everything going on, okay? Your identity is the expression. And let me say this too, when it comes to hot and cold behavior, and really with everything, it really kind of reiterates what I just said. But you have to stop looking at what is and thinking that the 3D has a life of its own, okay? Thinking that this person is just, oh, this person is just stubborn. They just don't listen to me. Oh, the money, the economy is just whatever, and that's just why it's like this. Oh, well, what, like all your excuses as to why the 3D is what it is keeping you in that story. All of those things that you think that it's like this because it is because you're in that story. Okay, that's it. So as long as you keep looking to second causes, you guys, like if you've been on this channel for however long, it's time for you to buy the pearl. Everything is going to be way easier for you when you buy the pearl, when you stop arguing with your godhood, when you stop going back and forth like, oh, well, I'm powerful as long as Mercury is in the right house. Oh, well, I'm powerful as long as 3D looks like this. Oh, well, I'm powerful as long. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stop making it matter. Okay? Stop making it matter. When you make your mind, when you make your consciousness, when you make what you're mentally feasting on more important than what you're seeing in the 3D, okay? That's when you master it. Stop trying to master 3D, master yourself. Stop trying to master your SP, master yourself. Everything is coming from self. Everything actually is self. It's you in form. The very fact that you think I have to micromanage this and I have to do so much to get what I want and da-da-da-da-da is the reason why you're in that reality. You and this is such a weird like comparison, but I was just watching Elf the other day. And it's like the elves, like they spend literally all year long making toys. That's what they do all year long. They're just making toys, making toys. And that's you guys with manifestation. All year, you're just trying. How do I get this? What do I got? Oh, I got to get this. You just work your whole life away. You're working your whole life away. You're working your whole everything away. And it's like when you really step into your godhood, when you really own that operant power, shit that you be talking, right? Then there's no need for you to do all of that. Okay? All right? So hot and cold behavior, it's not about hot and cold behavior. It's not about hot and cold results. It's understanding that because you come into a state does not cancel out the other state. All states are existing, right? When I came from Florida into Georgia, it doesn't matter that I left Florida. It doesn't matter that I'm not perceiving Florida. Florida still exists. It's just not in my perception right now. Okay? It's not in my perception right now, which is okay. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. If I want to be back in Florida, I put it back into my perception, right? But I'm not going to look for Florida in Georgia and say, wow, I don't see any palm trees around here, so I guess Florida doesn't exist. No, it's not. It's there, okay? But entering into one state doesn't mean that you haven't entered into another state, okay? So something that has been like really helpful is to, especially when it comes to like the 3D, is understanding that the 3D is perfect, okay? The 3D is not yours to fight. It's not yours to fix. It's not yours to figure out. It's yours to choose, okay? So let's take hot and cold behavior when it comes to an SP, right? Oh, well, he changed to be like this. Now he's changing back. No, there's a version of him that's like this. There's a version of them that's like that. And depending on you, right? That's where you're going to be, depending on where you're mentally dwelling, depending on what you're consciously accepting is true, right? That's where you're going to be. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. Somebody else sent me a gift and thank you so much. But that's where you're going to be. Okay. So, and this is the thing, y'all, like when you understand that, number one, it's so freeing because you don't have to feel like, oh, well, I have to do something. I have to change this person. How do I get them to change? You don't get anybody to change. They're already changed. There's infinite versions of them, just like there's infinite versions of you. And what are you lighting up with your awareness? What are you lighting up with your consciousness? Okay? So when you realize that you're not changing reality, next thing actually is time. Okay? Y'all, listen. Time will free you. Okay? Time has you shackled because you believe things happen in a process. All right? And let me stop right here and say this too, because I know a lot of stuff that I've been teaching recently is, you know, kind of advanced or a little bit different or whatever. Thank you, October. Like, you don't need to take anything that I'm saying. Okay? This is literally me as another god of her reality in my own experience, telling you guys things that come to my brain, basically things that come through my consciousness to share with y'all. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If what I'm saying is like, I don't really know about that and that doesn't make any sense and I don't want to do that, then don't do it. Okay? You don't need to run it by me. All right? All right. So time, all right? Now, time is something that in my experience may be different for you, but in my experience, it took me, quote unquote, time to understand that there is no time and understanding it on deeper and deeper and deeper levels, okay? But just go in with the assumption, what if there was no time? What if all there was is now, okay? What if all there was is now? Then it truly does not matter. You want to manifest instantly, you got to open your ears, okay? It truly does not matter what's going on in front of you, what it's been like, because you know that all of that is just one out of infinity, okay? And what you want is also one out of the infinity that you can choose right now. Instead of believing that, okay, well, now I want to manifest this and it's going to take me some time and it's going to take me this long and, you know, hopefully by this time I'll get it. Like, who is saying all of that? Who is saying it's going to probably take me a long time or take me some months or take me some years or it's been taking me months? Who is claiming that to be true in the now moment? Okay? Who's claiming that to be true in the now moment? You are. The same way that you can claim right now while you're on the video, and I'm about to make another video for y'all too, but while you're on the video, you can claim, you know what? I'm deciding I'm the version that has it now. I'm deciding I'm the version that has it now, right? You can decide that right now. And instead of saying, okay, I'm deciding I'm the version that has it now, and how do I make that be true, right? Right there, I want y'all to really see, because all the stuff that is like tripping you up is subtle things, okay? Okay, Olivia says to say that I'm the version that has it now. Now, how do I make that be true? The moment you say, how do I make that be true? You are in admittance that it is not true. Okay, you're saying there's something more for me to do to make it be true because it's not. You're saying that my proclamation is not enough. You're saying that all these affirmations and things that I've been doing and all this stuff is not enough. Who is saying that? There's no law of assumption. Neville's ghost is not hovering over you like, yeah, you didn't affirm enough. You didn't sats hard enough. You fell asleep too quick. Nobody's saying that. It's just you continuing in the now, to say it's not, I guess I don't have it yet. It didn't work. Never works for me. Blah, blah, blah. Switch the story. All right? All right, last thing I'm going to say. I don't see any questions, so I'm probably going to hop off. I see a lot of love, and I love you guys so, so much. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. The last thing I'm going to say, though, is identity. Okay, look at the identity behind what you want. If you are having hot and cold results, it is because you are forcing things in the 3D without switching your identity. And that is a lot of work. Okay, it's a lot of work. All right, so I want you to think about it like this. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, let's take a girl and her man and her SP, right? And so she's manifesting him back and she's getting hot and cold behavior. Sometimes he's like texting her, calling her, wanting to take her out, right? And sometimes he's like ghosting her and not talking to her at all. And so she's like, okay, like, I don't know what to do. She's the one that's always manifesting a text. If this is you in the crowd, I'm sorry, all right? She's the one that's always like, how do I get manifest SP to text me? How do I get manifest SP to do this and do that and do this and do that? But at the end of the day, right? The belief or the identity is insecure. I don't believe that I can hold on. I don't believe that I'm enough. I don't believe they're going to choose me. That's the identity. Now, I want y'all really hear me, okay? Because as the version who believes I'm not good enough, they're never going to choose me, that person, that version, that role has its own script, okay? That version has its own thoughts that it's going to think automatically, okay? That version is going to wake up and think, he's not going to text me. Even if he's texting her, right? Even if y'all had just had a 3-hour conversation the night before, well, he's not going to choose me. So he's probably now he's going to ghost me. That's what he usually does. Let me prepare myself. Let me not get used to this good treatment because I know how he is. And, oh, it's just like that. And, you know what? How do I manifest? Okay. You already done slipped them into the other reality. Then, inevitably what you decided happens. They ghost you again. They saw, oh, now you're back. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, how do I get somebody to text me? How do I get somebody to stop being an avoidant? How do I stop being anxious? All of these things are coming from an identity. I'm not chosen. Now, let's just think about this, okay? Let's really pretend that we believe any of the stuff that I'm talking about. Let's pretend that you are actually the selector of the identity and not the one playing the role, okay? Just like an actor, you are choosing the identity. The actor is choosing the role. They're coming into the role, right? You guys know Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams was filming Mean Girls and The Notebook at the same damn time, okay? Those are two vastly different characters, all right? So if she's playing, then she can't be Regina George on The Notebook, okay? She can't be setting traps for what's his name, her man in The Notebook, because she's in a love story here. She's not gonna be, you see what I'm saying? Like she's being two different characters at the same time. Because guess what? Rachel McAdams, if you walk up to her and say, hey, Regina George, if you walk up to her and say, hey, what was her name in, I can't think of her name in The Notebook, but neither of them is she going to answer to, because she's not either of them. She's the actress playing the role. And each role has their own script that they're going to act. So she's not going to go in from The Notebook and pop over to Mean Girls and say, oh my God, well, where is my brown hair? Well, where's Noah? Well, where's the nursing home that we're supposed? That's a different set. You see what I'm saying? Okay? You see what I'm saying? So, all right. You're not anything that you're thinking that you are. All right? You are coming into states. So the reality is perfect. It would be weird for there to be an old folks home on the set of Mean Girls. Why would there be? That's not what the story is about. In fact, it would be weird for the version of you who believes they're not chosen to experience being chosen, to experience consistent contact, to experience somebody committing to them, because that's not who you think that you are. That's not the role that you're in. In the same way, the version of you who believes that she is chosen doesn't even think the things that you think. Doesn't even think the things that you think. The version of you that believes that she's chosen does not wake up and say, how do I do this? And how do I get this? She just knows that's what it's going to be, period. That's what it's going to be. So when you realize, when you keep trying to reach into this old identity to find the new identity, you keep trying to look at the evidence of the old self to find evidence of the new self. This is why you have to break your addiction to the 3D. Because that's where you keep choosing. You and 3D is in the ping pong. You're like, I'm not chosen. 3D's like, nope. And you're like, oh, I'm not chosen. And 3D's like, nope. At some point, you got to snatch the ball and say, you know what? Let me serve this time. I'm chosen. And 3D be like, sure, I'm chosen. Okay, sure. It's just like that. That's why, you guys, when people say, but what about the 3D? What about the 3D, y'all? If I know that the 3D is responding to me, and this is where I don't dead ass, do you really believe that? If I know that the 3D is responding to me, if I know that the 3D is a shadow of me, then why would I be looking at the 3D for anything before I look to myself for it? Why would I stay in the ping pong game and just let 3D keep hitting me back what I don't want? Poor K. Okay? I don't understand. That's why it's irrelevant to me. The only time that the 3D is relevant to me is when it look exactly how I want it to look. Oh, then it's relevant as fuck. Then I can't wait to tell y'all about the 3D. But if it's not looking how I want, why am I talking about it? Why am I identifying with it? And this is the thing, y'all. I'm telling you, you could switch Switch identities like you change outfits when you know that you're not what you think that you are. Some of y'all think you penny proud. You got one outfit for every day, every show, every episode of life. You got one identity. This is who I am. I got to put it on. I've been putting it on for the last 30 years. This is who I got to be. No, you're free. You can put on anything that you want. Okay. Okay. I did see a question, so I'm going to go answer it really quick. Or let me start with this one right here. I see what you're saying. However, I get a little nervous when I'm on a time crunch while manifesting, but it is really a time crunch since time is no such thing. Exactly. What time? It already happened. That's how you deal with the time crunch. Instead of looking at it as something that could or maybe or won't happen, look at it as something that did happen because it did. Out of all the realities, not today. Out of all the realities, there is a reality where it already happened. Okay? All right. Thank you, Ricky. Hey, everybody, by the way. Hey, Ty. Hey, Lyric up there somewhere. What's your opinion on addiction? I have all this knowledge and I know my power, but alcohol has been a persistent bitch in my reality. Okay. So, number one, you just named it right there. Okay? You just named it right there. Oh my God, what a cute little, like a cute little disco ball. Thank you. Okay. You're framing it as an addiction, right? Damn. You're framing it as an addiction, right? What does an addiction mean? An addiction means this is something that has power over me. That's the answer right there. You decided this has power over me. It can't. You're so powerful that you can decide it has power over you. That's it. That's it. The power never leaves you, you guys. Even when people come and tell me this, oh my gosh, nothing's working for me and I'm trying everything and oh, nothing's working. Why do you think that is? Who is saying that? You are. Abracadabra, nothing's working for me. Abracadabra, I'm an alcoholic. Okay. And now you get to say, you know what? Actually, I've never even drank alcohol. I'm telling you, Susie, one of the worst alcoholics I've ever seen in my experience was revised. And I was like, he never drank alcohol. He's never touched alcohol. Doesn't even like alcohol. To this day, still sober. Okay? Sober. All right? It doesn't matter. Stop framing it as an addiction. It's not. And you know what? It is an addiction for the version of you who's addicted. For the I am, that's one version out of infinity. There's a version of you who hates alcohol. Stop trying to change the addicted version. Stop trying to fix the addicted version. And remember, you was never addicted to anything. You can't be. Nothing can have power over you. Actually, you can only be in perfect harmony. Period. And I'm so looking forward to reading your success story. I can feel it right now through you. You're already like, damn, I really don't even want to drink. I don't even like alcohol. Huh. Okay. Can you please describe what identity and what questions does one ask themselves to get to the kernel of the thoughts that keeps manifesting the undesired? This is a really great question. So what is the identity? Identity is who you think you are deep down. Okay? Is who you think that you are. Now, the thing about identity is identity doesn't usually present itself as a conscious thought. So you're not going to wake up like the one when I was saying with the SP, I'm not enough, right? This is honestly one of probably the most common undesirable core belief that humans share. I'm not enough. Okay. So if I'm not enough, right, then people aren't going to want to keep me around. Right? People aren't going to want to keep me around. So friends leave, coworkers leave, or you get fired from your job, your relationships fall apart. And in that, right, your identity is who you think that you are. Well, I'm not enough. I'm not wanted. I'm not good enough. I'm not whatever. Like whatever the identity is, it's the feeling beneath the feeling. Now, what you are aware of, right, might be something like I said, oh, people always leave me. Nobody chooses me, right? Or, you know, I'm never the one committed to. I'm always the side girl. Or, you know, I'm always the last person on somebody's mind. Whatever it is, all of those things, what does it mean about you though? So what questions do you ask yourself to get down to that, right? Think about your desire. Sometimes it's two ways that you can like think about it. But think about what do you feel like? Like, what do you feel like? What does not having the desire make you feel like? There we go. Or what is the experience making you feel like? So if you, let's say, I don't know, you date guys and you only get to go on one date and they never call you again. What does that experience make you feel like? It's not just, oh, they never call again. It's making you believe something about yourself. There must be something wrong with me, right? I'm just not the person that people like. People don't ever choose me. I'm like repellent to men, to dates. What is the belief that you have about yourself? And then you can really go even further. Okay, I'm not the person that people like. Why not? Why not? Well, I guess I'm just not desirable. I'm just not good enough. I'm not interesting enough. I'm not pretty enough. Okay, now you're getting down to, okay, so what, now the other way you can think about this is, what are you actually seeking, right? So this person that experiences, okay, I go on dates, nobody actually chooses me though, right? I was listening to this song earlier. Drake was like, everybody wants to try me, but nobody wants to buy me. Such a Drake thing to say. But okay, everybody wants to try you, but nobody wants to buy you, right? Okay, so what do you want? You want somebody to choose you fully. You want somebody to commit to you fully. What would that mean about you that you don't believe is true right now? Maybe it would mean that you're special. You're special enough, right? Maybe it would mean that you're worthy, right? Maybe it would mean that you're important. It would mean that you're chosen. It would mean that you are good enough. What would getting your desire actually mean to you beyond just the desire? What is the inner experience that you're looking for in the desire? Okay, so if it would mean that I'm important, right? I'm important, then the current self-concept or identity might be I'm not important. I'm not special. I blend in too much. I don't stand out. Whatever it is, you can kind of answer it in like going deeper and deeper and deeper into the problem, what's showing up. What is this making me believe about myself? Right? Because this is the thing, two people can have the same experience and it means something completely different about them. Right? Like if somebody, okay, this is a good example too. So Eddie Murphy has a documentary. My sister and my mom was watching it yesterday. We were all watching it. And crazily enough, I believe what I was seeing is that Eddie Murphy has only won one Oscar, which is insane, right? But whatever. And he was talking about the experience of going to the awards and not winning. And he was like, you know, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, I'm still Eddie. He knows he's the GOAT. That's not that, no trophy can make him feel more like, yeah, I'm the GOAT, or less like I'm not the GOAT. He knows who he is, and he's a manifester at that. I will say that. Eddie Murphy manifested his fame. He said that at 16 or 18 or something like that, he was going to be famous, and look what happened. I was telling y'all, all these elite people, all these celebrities know about this stuff. But anyways, he said, it doesn't matter if I win or lose. I know who I am. Okay. Now, somebody else whose identity is in the 3D is going to experience, if they experience a loss and their identity is in what's going on in front of them, right? Then they're going to say, I'm not good enough. I put all this work in and nobody recognizes me. I guess I'm not all that. People don't recognize me. People don't, all this other kind of stuff. Because their identity is in something outside of them. And so the idea is the person that believes that really believes that, well, if I would have won, I would have known who I was. Then I really would have felt successful. This is how we are when we're like, I need the thing in 3D to know who I am. But actually, it's a bottomless pit. I want you guys to hear me. It is a bottomless pit for you to continue to seek validation in who you are in 3D. There is nothing in 3D that is going to manifest, that is going to give you the inner experience, okay? It's not. And if it is, it's going to be short-lived and you'll be like, wait, hot and cold results. That's why, okay? That person will win. They'll win one of their Oscars or whatever. And then they'll be like, dang, but this is only one. So-and-so has 5. I'm still not good enough because that's where you're standing from, okay? All right. You have to have a business to get money. My mom tells me I have to work hard to get money. It's annoying me. Well, it's simply not true. Instead of, and I get it, when muggles talk their muggle talk, it's cool. But this is the thing, you guys, I really want you guys to understand. Stop letting other people tell you what it is, okay? It does not matter what they say. They're speaking from their level of consciousness, okay? It doesn't matter. I personally don't share things with people. I'll tell you about it when it's done, okay? But no, you don't have to have a business to get money, but having a business is a very easy way to get money. But I wouldn't worry about what you have to do to get money, right? Just decide you have the money and let the how take care of itself, okay? Said try, but don't try. Do, but don't do. Low key. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I think. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up. Okay. What about manifesting an appearance change? So what do you want? What do you want to look like? Right? Again, this goes with like shifting bodies. Like you're shifting bodies anyways. You're shifting appearances anyways. So just decide what you're shifting. But for me, when it comes to appearance change, it goes back to what I said, identity. Because you actually don't you want your appearance to change, but what you want is deeper than that. It's not just an appearance change that you want. It's you want to feel a way about yourself. Okay? You want to feel a way about yourself. You want to feel beautiful. You want to feel like you look good. You want to feel desirable. You want to feel sexy. You want to feel like you're aging backwards. You want to feel like you're getting prettier and prettier. So those are the things that you're going to tell yourself. Make sure, you guys, just my opinion, but when you're manifesting appearance change, make sure you include things like, I love how I look, because that's what you actually want. That's going to get you more results quicker than I hate how I look. And I'm going to keep playing these subliminals and keep playing this stuff until I love how I look. But deep down, I hate how I look. And you might even get the result from those things. But if you hate how you look, that's how you're going to see yourself. You're just going to move on to the next thing and say, oh, well, I guess it wasn't my angel skull I needed to change. I guess it was, I don't know, my cheekbones. And so I guess I'll work on that because I still don't like how I look. Just decide, it's your reality. Decide you're the baddest bitch on the planet. Really? Decide that. Oh my gosh. You're always proven right, period. So basically, I just need to stay in the end of having David and the kids and I being at home. Basically, just say, we're back at home. Okay, so this is the thing. It's not basically like say this. It's decide that. Decide that it's like this, y'all. Okay? Decide that you are multidimensional. Okay? Decide that you are not fixed. This reality is not all that's going on. You are in the reality where what you want is going on. Stop looking at the reality like it's a problem. It's not a problem. I'm telling y'all, leave the 3D alone. Leave the 3D alone. Let it be what it is and go to the control center, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know why I've been struggling with revision all week, but I guess I keep trying to wrap my head around how it will happen. That's the problem. Maybe I should try not to understand it. That is the problem, okay? Y'all, you never, ever, unless you want to, think about the how. And like, I'm telling y'all, that's like rule number 1. The how is none of your business. There are ways you know not of. There are ways you know not of. And when I say there are ways you know not of, you guys, there are ways that you know not of that people in this chat right here know. You just have a limited perspective because you've only lived your experience. You only know what you know. All you need to know is that it's done. That's it. That's it. Living in the end has been getting me everything I desire and even better. Period, Ty. All right. The basics of manifestation. You are who you think you are. You manifest, you create what you think you are. How does spirituality tie into manifestation, or does it have a place at all? Okay, to me, manifesting is highly spiritual. I don't know why people say manifesting is not spiritual. I guess it's people that they're very identified as a person. They really believe that this is who they are. They're like, oh yeah, this is me. Oh yeah, Earth is totally what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this shit is spiritual, bruh. It's all spiritual. It all came from spirit. Tell me, where did the baby come from? Okay? Where did the baby's consciousness come from? It didn't come from the sperm. It didn't come from the egg. Okay? The consciousness was before the sperm and egg already came together. All right? That means that there is something beyond the physical plane. And if it's not physical, what is it? Spiritual. Everything starts in spiritual. Everything starts from the spirit plane. Okay? The ethers. The non-form. God is spirit. Okay? Now, what I will say with spirituality, where people get messed up, is all the practices, okay? All the practices. It's interesting. I was listening to a video. There's a creator. You guys know I've been talking about Brittany lately. There's a creator named Autumn Cynthia. She also is an I Am creator. And she was talking about Moses, right? She was talking about how Moses was seeking God, but always seeking God outside of himself, and thought that the way to God was through following rules, right? Doing things. This is those of you who are like, okay, yeah, the universe is out there, and if I charge my crystals under the full moon and speak love into my water, then I'll totally get what I want. It'll give me what I want, right? That's the spirituality, the belief still that there is a God out there that is giving things to you or doing things for you or whatever, instead of you being all. That's the spirituality that can, I won't say get you in trouble, but it keeps you locked in, okay? You know, all of these things, you guys, like that. And this is the thing. As per usual, do what you want. If you're like, I really like charging my crystals in the full moon, do that, right? I really like, you know, I don't know, following astrology and following the tarot and following the you know, things of life. Do that. But all I'm saying is, at some point, you have to realize that you are doing everything. Why does Mercury in retrograde, if it's so true that Mercury in retrograde is ruining your manifestation, why isn't everybody's manifestation ruined? It's what you subscribe to. This is the thing with spirituality. It is what you subscribe to. That will be true for you. Okay? So it's all true. It's all going on. Like when I was religious and I was stepping out of religion, I was like, but what about people who are possessed? If there's people who are possessed, then there's demons. There has to be, right? I mean, I've never experienced anything like that, but if people can be possessed, then that must be real, right? It's real because they believe that it's real. Okay? Everything is real, and you are perceiving whatever it is that you are lighting up. And when you go to church your whole life and you're taught all about hell and fire and demons, well, it's not surprising that you find one inside you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. All right. Okay, I don't know what it is with me and money. That. I'm keeping a great mental diet. I'm just going to continue to persist with I am the boss of money. Okay, but your mental diet might be covering up the identity that says money is hard. This never works for me. I've never had this. This never actually happened for me. I don't really think it does. No, it's easy for you and it's always been. This is where revision comes in. Step out of that identity. Step out of the identity. What if it was easy for you now? Stop thinking that it's a process. Oh, well, one day I'll be good at money, but today I'm not. Who is saying that? If all there is now, what do you decide now? Okay, SP and I were good. Now it's weird. Like, what am I doing? Is it weird? It's weird in one reality. It's weird where you're taking him being whatever way, because maybe he had a freaking headache, and saying, oh my God, here he goes being cold again, and then continuing to persist in that until he shows up cold. And then you're like, oh my God, how did I get here? You are God, okay? You are God. What are you deciding now? What are you deciding now? Call it good. All right? Call it good. I've started telling myself I don't have to know the how, and it has been helpful to me to let go of the how. I love that, Summer. I went for it regarding my new vehicle and got, you need a cosigner. I said, nope, actually I don't. And I'm grateful for my new vehicle because I always hear congratulations. Yes, I love that. Summer Millie, if you want to know more about basics of manifestation, I suggest going to look at all my videos, one of my videos, any of my videos. Because I don't really, like, going into the basics is like too much. But I have playlists though. I would say go to like my Law of Assumption playlist. And really, honestly, you can even Google it as well. Not neither the chicken nor the egg came first, awareness did. Summer, you're hilarious. Okay. All right. I just want to believe in myself more. I want to be able to trust in myself. I'm doing what I can to be strong and step out of the identity that I'm living in a hotel instead of being at home. Okay, manifest with me. I'm going to challenge you this. Stop telling that story. As much as you believe that you're stepping out of the story, I think that every time I hear from you, you're telling that story. And don't take this as me fussing at you, okay? I did this to Ty months ago, and I'm bringing awareness to it, okay? I said, Ty, you know how every time you come in here, you're talking about how money is hard for you? And Ty was like, oh, I didn't realize that. Now Ty manifests money. Ty is in a luxury apartment in a high rise. Ty is manifesting money like this, okay? If you come on the live, if all you're talking about is, look at my situation, it's so hard, I don't know what to do. How can you know what to do? There's nothing for you to do. It's done. The version of you that keeps waking up and looking around, what to do, what to do, what to do, what am I doing wrong, wrong, wrong? Who is doing that? The version who is in a messed up situation, that is her script. She wakes up, she yawns, she looks and says, all right, what am I doing wrong? Why is everything wrong? Why is it taking so long? Will I ever be able to do this? I want to believe. That's the script. It's done already. What is the version of you that it is done for thinking about? And this is not me telling you that your mind has to be perfect, okay? It's not me saying your mind has to be perfect, but I'm telling all of y'all here, okay? All of y'all here that come on my live and other people's lives and type your situation every single day, bruh. You're fueling it. You're throwing gasoline on the fire. It's one thing to have a thought pop up in your mind. It's another thing to go and type it out continuously. You're anchoring it in. And the answer is not going to change from choose again. Not change. Not fix this reality that's messed up. Not fix yourself that's messed up. You're choosing the reality where it's done, where it's always been done. Now, stop acknowledging and amplifying what's wrong. I challenge you this. Stop telling that story. Start being grateful. I know that's so annoying when you're in a messed up situation. But when you're in a messed up situation, no doubtedly, your attention is on how everything is messed up. So how can it get better? Start giving attention on, you know what? I am in a hotel. I'm not on the street. Me and my kids are eating. We're not starving. At least I know about the law of assumption. I could be messed up and not know anything and really be a victim to my circumstance. At least I know I don't have to be a victim to my circumstance. Even if I feel like a victim to my circumstance, I know that I don't have to be that. That's a blessing. Start focusing on how it's working out for you. Keep deciding it already worked out for you. Get out of the process. Get out of Tringsville. Get out of what do I got to do to change it and get into it changed already. You're in Barbados. Who's talking about going? Who's talking about going? Who's talking about going home? Who's talking about being back with your SP? Who's talking about it? You went and you went first class and you loved it and that's it. My test score is coming out in 2 days. Any advice leading up to it? I've just been declaring it's already done and standing firm in that despite doubt. Well, then it is. Don't worry about it. When it comes to like time crunches and things and all these kind of things, you guys, I look at it like there's infinite realities, okay? There's infinite realities, all right? So if there are infinite realities, there's a reality where I got what I wanted, period. All right, cool. So there's a reality. It's not a maybe, it's not a possible, it is. Okay, great. How do I get to that reality? I choose it. I decide it. And I decide that nothing else matters except for what I decided. That's it. Keep persisting in that. It's done. You already told us the success story and we loved it. It was amazing. All right. Over here planning my vacations to Turks and Caicos. Period. Ty the manifestation goddess. Yeah. All right. Yes, Tally, my love. I was about to say, when I pray now, I just pray to God, thanking him for all my manifestations being done. Period. I'm on my highest timeline and I got here first class. Yes, Summer. Yes. All right. Hey, Manon. Hey, Reality Got Infested. Okay, I'm gonna answer Manon's question. I'm gonna go. What do I do when I just want to be in a negative feeling for a bit? Like sometimes I just want to play victim for a little, then do it. It doesn't matter. Y'all, listen, okay? This is a game. This is a silly little game, okay? That's it. It's not serious. It don't matter. It's not riding on anything. It's just a little thing we're doing because we were bored, basically. That's it. So you want to play victim? That's exactly why you came here. You came here with that intention in mind. Yeah, what's it like to be a victim? Let me see, right? Be it, play it. Don't stay there. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay there. All right. But let yourself be there. Have compassion for yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Oh, so sad for you. Let it be. And then get back to what you decide. It's fine. It doesn't, y'all, it don't matter. None of this stuff matters. Keep that in mind, okay? That's gonna help you so much. Like, life's so serious. Oh my God, I gotta do everything perfect. Why? Who cares? You're doing it in all dimensions at all time. You did it perfect in some and imperfect in some and all that. So what does it matter? Just be easy, okay? All right. Anyways, oh, I didn't even tell you guys. So, or maybe I did. Black Friday sale is starting now, okay? You can get $111 off of next month's group coaching for SP manifestation or love manifestation. It's in the description for those of you who would like to join, all right? Everything you need is in the description, okay? All right. I am sending you guys infinite love. I am intending that this prospers you all immensely, and I'm 100,000% sure that it has. And I'm so looking forward to reading all your success stories that you already have. It's great. Love it. Can't wait. I'll see you guys in a video soon.